So, hello there everyone, and welcome. It is Niran here, and today it is time for me to bring you yet another FIFA 19 career mode video. Today, I'm bringing you the first of the experiments for FIFA 19 on this channel. Today, we're going to be seeing what happens when we put together a Super League in FIFA 19 career mode. Now, this video is brought to you by EA Gamechangers. Massive thank you to them for making this one happen, being able to get some early FIFA 19 content for you out on the channel. And if you go on to enjoy the video, feel free to slap a like on it, and of course subscribe if you are new to the channel. Now, in the background, you're seeing all of the teams involved in this experiment. If you missed any of them, then just scroll back to the start of the video and check it out. It'll all be calm. It's in alphabetical order, and it features all of the best teams from the best leagues on the game. We've got a top 6 in England, the top 4 I think in Spain, top 3 in Italy, top 2 in France, and then like top 3 in Germany as well. That is literally based on star rating, nothing else. It's literally based completely on star rating, so that's the reason why there's more teams from England than there are in Italy, for example, is just because there's more 5-star teams in England. I think there's 6 5-star teams in England, whereas there's only sort of like 3. There also are some 4.5 and 4-star teams in this one, just to give it a bit more variance, and also just to have teams from different leagues. So we've got Porto from Portugal in for that reason, and we've also got a 4-star side in the form of Ajax, as you can see there from the top of the table. Now, worth noting, I'm going to be Barcelona in this experiment as we sim through all the games. No real reason for that, I just decided to choose them. There was a bit of talk about the fact if you used a team in an experiment that you'd actually have a bit of a disadvantage, but obviously it sort of varies. Sometimes it doesn't have an effect, sometimes it does. It is what it is. Hopefully in this experiment it doesn't. So at some point in about 15 seconds from now, we're going to sim to the halfway stage of the season, see how things are going, and then later on we'll sim to the end, and then we'll take a look at some of the stats as well. See the top goal scorers, top assists, and all that jazz. So the halfway stage, as you can see, it's actually very tight at the top of the table. 19 games played, and it's actually us, as is being simmed, FC Barcelona at the top of the table. 38 points, leading on goal difference only from Paris Saint-Germain, then 1 point back to FC Bayern. So very much a 3-horse race developing at the top. Leverkusen, Napoli, Man City, Juve, Atletico Madrid, AC Milan, and also Roma rounding out the top 10. Got Monaco, Arsenal, Spurs, United, and Chelsea. So a real clutch of English teams quite low down despite the higher rating in terms of stars. Then Dortmund, Real Madrid all the way down in P17, and then Liverpool in 18th, Porto and Ajax as the bottom 2, which you would probably expect given the star ratings of these sides, but some chronic underachievers in the form of United there in 14th, Chelsea in 15th, Real Madrid all the way down in P17 with one of the best teams on the entire game, and Liverpool down in P18 as well. So shocking starts the season for all of those teams. 19 games played, so very odd to see that many big teams down there, and none of the English sides really performing at all. City the highest of the lot in P6, and I think it's Arsenal who are like down in P11. But there's your top 8 again, just to reinforce. Barca from Paris Saint-Germain, Bayern there in 3rd, Leverkusen and Napoli have had great starts to the season in 4th and 5th, then City, Juve and Atletico rounding out your top 8. But yeah, big surprises there, both top and bottom, the likes of Chelsea and Manchester United and Liverpool and Real Madrid doing so badly, but then also relative small teams as far as a Super League is concerned in the shape of Napoli and Bayer Leverkusen absolutely smashing it in 5th and 6th respectively. So yeah, good. Actually, I think it's 4th and 5th at the time. We'll see whether they can hold on for the rest of the experiment. In the background, you're seeing me sim some of the games just so you can get a bit of a grasp of how some of the actual results were going. Barcelona there beating Borussia Dortmund away from home, and then beating Bayer Leverkusen at home. Also a game here against Porto, Atletico Madrid, etc. So I'll stop there. I don't want to give the game away before we've even got to the end of the season, but obviously there are still another 19 games to go, because there's 20 teams in this league, something I didn't actually probably set out at the start of the video, though I'm sure you've grasped it by now. Obviously, as you can see in the background, Arturo Vidal there with an injury. Suspensions and injuries obviously a big part to play in this experiment. Maybe that's the reason why teams like Real and Liverpool and Manchester United are doing so badly. Maybe they've been struck by some bad luck during the course of the save. Nevertheless, we are now going to sim to the end of the season, and we will take a little look at how the table is looking overall from top to bottom, and we'll take a look at the top scorers, top clean sheets, and also the top assists from the season. So as you can see, these are the final results, and it remained quite close until the very end. In fact, pretty much as close as it can possibly be. Barcelona dropping off just by a couple of points, but that was all it took to drop all the way down to P3 from the summit to the table. Bayern winning it by goal difference, and by 2 goals. A goal difference of plus 31 compared to Paris Saint-Germain with 33. Barca down in third, 2 points off. And City, Atletico, Spurs, Bayern Leverkusen and Arsenal in your top 8. Real Madrid recovered to P9 and Juventus in P10. Obviously Arsenal recovering as well. Napoli slipped all the way down to 11th, ahead of United, Monaco, Milan and Chelsea in P15. Then Roma 16th, Liverpool just about avoiding relegation, as would be the case in real life if this was to happen. And then Dortmund, Porto and Ajax in the bottom 3. Ajax firmly the whipping boys, unfortunately, of this experiment. They're getting only 1 win across the course of the season. 16 points accumulated, unfortunately, for them. But some big names dropping down, the likes of Liverpool and Chelsea really underachieving. Some big names rising back up, the likes of Arsenal and also Real Madrid. City also improving on their position in the first half of the season. And also just some interesting results overall. Atletico probably a little bit higher than you would expect them to be. Spurs 6th, Leverkusen 7th. Realistically, Arsenal you'd probably expect to maybe change places with Liverpool if you judge it purely off paper and purely off how good the teams are on the game. But it's nice to see some little surprises, and Bayern Munich in the end the ones that come out on top just about over Paris Saint-Germain. This is how your top scorers list looked though, and Eden Hazard was surprisingly a top goal scorer. 22 goals for him, 20 apiece for Luis Suarez and Edinson Cavani, further 18 for Lionel Messi, so 2 representatives for Barca in the top 4. Leroy Sané getting himself 18 goals, Kane, Dybala, Robben, Neymar and Alexis Sanchez round out your top 10. Some really big names just across the board really. We've got Thomas Muller, Lukaku, Raheem Sterling, Falcao and Gareth Bale, and the rest of your top 25 as well. Moving on to assists, we saw Lionel Messi in the top 4. He was top of the assist list as well, along with Heung-min Son grabbing 9 apiece. Sergio Aguero, Felipe Coutinho and Romelu Lukaku got themselves 8. Then Eriksen, Pogba and Insigne on 7. Rakitic and Willian round out the top 10, and then the usual suspects in terms of assists. De Bruyne, Koke, also got Antoine Griezmann there, Mbappe, the likes of Kai Havertz as well getting in there as well, despite being a younger player, a bit more of a career mode gem. And moving on to the defensive side of things, clean sheets wise, we've got Manuel Neuer there with 14. He gets the Golden Glove. And Gianluigi Buffon, Marc-Andre ter Stegen, Hugo Lloris and Hideki from Bayer Leverkusen. Oblak, Edison, De Gea, Leno and Subasic round at the top 10. The likes of Kepa Arrizabalaga, Casillas, Morante, Romero and Caballero in the top 15. Then some of the second sort of string goalkeepers, the likes of Ospina, Adan, Marvin Hitz there, Keylor Navas, and also Mattia Perin as well. The rest of the top 25 rounded out by Bernalio, Roman Burki from Borussia Dortmund, Alex Mere from Napoli, Jose Reina from Milan, and also Michel Vorm, the second string goalkeeper from Tottenham Hotspur. But that is pretty much that. That rounds up what would happen if there was a Super League on FIFA 19 with the best teams on the game overall and the best that Europe and the world has to offer. Some surprising results yet again. Not really too surprised to see the likes of Bayern, Paris Saint-Germain and Barca fighting for the title overall, but probably would have expected to see City a little bit closer. I think it was 8 points overall away from Bayern and Paris Saint-Germain, and certainly would have expected the likes of Real Madrid to be up there as well. Let me know what you thought would happen when you clicked on the video. What did you think was going to occur? Who did you think was going to win? Who surprised you and who's done as well maybe as you expected them to? And also let me know down in the comment section what experiments would you like to see in the future. This is the only one I recorded at the early capture event, but it's what, about 3 days until EA Access comes out, so drop it down in the comment section what experiments you'd like to see, either stuff that I have done before or stuff that I haven't, as in stuff that I've done on previous games or stuff that I haven't done. Drop all your suggestions and all your ideas down in the comment section below, and I'll try and graft through as many of them as humanly possible during the the course of the FIFA 19 game cycle. Do be patient if I don't get through them, really quickly. I'll try and do them within the first couple of months of the game coming out. That though is actually it. I've been rambling too much. That's actually it. We're done. Slap a like on the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. It's the big red button under the video, and it massively helps me out. Growth recently has been literally ridiculous, so huge thank you to you guys for that one. But apart from that, it has been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a great day, enjoy yourselves, and goodbye.